Hi, it's Lesley Fightmaster with Fightmaster Yoga. I'm so glad you're here. We are in Sedona with our juicy van, which is super awesome. You can sleep two on the top and two inside, and then there's even a kitchen sink and a refrigerator. So if you're going on a camping trip and you want to rent one of these, I highly recommend it, and we'll put a link below. Oh my goodness, I love Sedona. Let's sit up nice and tall, bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a moment to set an intention for our practice. Let's allow our practice to let us connect inward and also through our roots with nature. And then take your right ear to your right shoulder, left arm out to the left. Take your right hand on top of your head and just stretch out the neck. This is a great morning practice. Just a couple breaths here. When we were here in Sedona, inhale back to center, left ear to left shoulder. Let your hand just rest on your head, right arm out. When we were here, we had no internet connection, and it was kind of awesome for 48 hours. Come back to center, and then walk yourself forward. Any amount. Keep your spine really long. So instead of letting your back round, hinge forward from the hips and extend. Take a couple breaths here. And then walk yourself up and switch the cross. And then inhale both arms up. Reach up nice and tall, ribs in. Exhale, right hand behind, left arm across. Sit up tall as you inhale. Exhale, twisting from above the waist. So every inhale, see if you can get taller. And as you exhale, just roll the right shoulder back. And then head to center, inhale. Reach both arms up. Stretch tall. Exhale, left hand behind, right arm across. Lengthen on the inhales, roll open on the exhales. So twisting the belly a little bit, the rib cage some more, the chest the most. And be careful with your neck, of course. Come back to center, hands in front, inhale, and walk yourself forward any amount. Exhale. And again, instead of letting your back round, try and hinge forward from the hips so that you're very long through your spine. And then inhale, come on up. And roll yourself forward, making your way into child's pose. Take the hips all the way back to the heels. Extend the arms forward so the wrists and elbows are off the mat. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Start to press into the base of the fingers. Come up onto your knees. Tuck your toes. Make your way to down dog. And then start to bicycle the legs. Just bending one knee and the other here. Arms or shoulders distance apart and the feet hips width. Keep pressing into the base of your fingers as your forearms lift up and away from the mat. Then bend both knees, stick your buns up high, and straighten out through the legs as best you can. If they don't straighten all the way, totally fine. Go for length in the spine, and then you can straighten the knees eventually. Inhale to plank pose, top of a push-up. Knees up or down. Either way is fine. Bring your chest forward. Reach your buns towards your heels if the knees are off the floor, and then lower slowly to your belly. Try everything touch at once. Hands by low ribs. Inhale, cobra. Press all 10 toenails into the floor. Good morning, Elmer. That's Elmer saying hello in the background, and then press up to the knees. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Elmer's our kitty cat, for those who don't know. Stretch all the way back here. And begin to draw the belly and the ribs in and up. Inhale again to plank pose. And there he is again. And exhale. Oh, it's the matter, Elmer. Come into upward facing dog as you inhale, or cobra, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. And your down dog, just make sure to stretch yourself back really long through the spine. And if at any time you want to take a break, do. Step forward on your inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. And then exhale, fold over the legs, press through the feet, inhale to reach all the way up, keep the ribs and belly in. And exhale the hands to the heart. And again, inhale, sweep the arms out, around, and up. Exhale and fold, hinging at your hips. Hips over heels if your legs are straight. Inhale, look up, lengthen, nice long spine. Exhale to plank. We're going to skip chaturanga again and just go right into upward facing dog or cobra if that's better for you. Shoulders over wrist, thighs and knees up if you're in up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretching all the way back. Pull the ribs and belly in. And keep pressing the weight up to the hips and reaching it down toward your heels. As you reach the heels down, spin the inner thighs back and breathe. Look forward, step or float your feet up. Take an inhale, look up, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, long breath up, stretching tall, and then to Samastitihi. Exhale. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Keep the spine very long as you fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale again to plank. Holding plank a moment, and then inhale to up dog or cobra. Roll the shoulder heads back, and then back into downward facing dog. Stretching all the way back here. Arms, shoulders distance, feet, hips width. Spread your fingers wide and root into the base of your fingers as your forearms lift. Continue steady breathing. And then look up, step or hop your feet forward. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. And exhale, fold in. Press down through the feet with a long spine. Sweep up, look up, lengthen. And then exhale. Bring your hands to the heart. Inhale, bend the knees into Utkatasana, chair pose. And then exhale, belly to thighs, straighten the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale to plank. This time chaturanga, knees can be up or down. Inhaling upward dog or cobra, always your choice. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot up, spin your back heel down. Inhale, just warrior one, reach all the way up, and then exhale. Lower right back down through chaturanga. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, press through hands and feet. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step the left foot up, back foot is flat, heel to heel alignment, reach up nice and tall, warrior one. And exhale, again, chaturanga, hug the elbows in. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretching back, downward facing dog. If you want a break here, please take it. You can always push the pause button. Still doing the warm up, but sometimes Surya B can really get us warmed up. Look forward, bend the knees, step or float your feet up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, drop your hips, reach up. And then exhale to stand, Samastitihi. And once again, bend the knees, inhale. Exhale and fold over the legs, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, chaturanga, shoulders no lower than elbows. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot up by your right hand right away. Back foot flat, warrior one. Inhale, pull the right hip back. Exhale, ride the breath down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Step the left foot up by the left hand, back foot is flat, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhaling. Exhale. Chaturanga, hug the elbows in, keep the belly lifted. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretch all the way back and breathe here. Level out your breath so your inhales and your exhales become equal. Take a breath in, exhale it out, bend the knees, step or hop feet to hands, lengthen, inhale halfway, and exhale to fold. Bend the knees again, come to Utkatasana, reaching up, and then to standing, Samastitihi. And take your feet about hips width apart, hands on hips, inhale. Hinge forward, exhale. Take your big toes with your first two fingers, lengthen as you inhale, and then fold on your exhale. Draw your belly in and up. Bend the knees as needed. If the legs are straight, shift your weight toward the balls of your feet. Reach the crown of your head toward the floor. Let your shoulders draw up away from your ears. Take another breath here, and then lengthen as you inhale. Hands to hips, exhale. Come up long spine, inhale, and now step to face the long side of your mat. Turn your right leg all the way out, your back toes in, line up front heel and back arch. Inhale, arms to a T, and exhale to warrior two. So bending into the knee, make sure the knee is right over the middle toes. So your knee will press toward the little toe side of the foot. Lift your chest and then drop your left arm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Now straighten it out, reverse triangle. Inhale, come up, set up for triangle. Hinge from the front hip, reach out and down. Keep your legs long as they are for warrior two, or you can shorten them if you like. Shorten the stance. Stretch up through the left arm. Then inhale, reach left arm forward in line with the ear. Exhale, sweep it around, make a circle. Inhale again, reach it up, long breath. Exhale, sweep it forward and around in a circle. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, sweep it around. If the right hand doesn't reach the ground, it's fine. You can always leave it on your leg or a block. Now take your left hand behind you to the low back or reach it around, hook it onto your thigh and roll your left shoulder back. Keep pressing firmly into the big toe mound of your right foot. And then looking down, inhale, come on up. Take your feet to parallel and turn your left leg all the way out. Back toes in, heel to arch. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, warrior two. Press into the front heel, lift your back inner thigh. Lift your chest, but let your shoulder blades relax a little bit. Sinking in. Let's take some long breaths. And then dropping the right arm, reverse. Exhale, bend your left knee a little more. Now straighten the left leg, reverse triangle. Exhale here. Come on up, inhale. Hinge from the front hip, left hand down to the shin, foot, floor, or a block. Right arm reaching up. Lengthen your spine from your belly to your chest. Reach your right arm forward in line with the ear. Exhale, sweep it around, make a circle. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reach it over in line with the ear and then circle it around. Inhale up. Exhale, big circle. And then inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, take it behind your back. Rest it there or hook it onto your left thigh. Roll your shoulder back. Lean your torso back over the left leg and press down firmly into the big toe mound of the left foot. Keep pressing through the outer edge of your back foot and lengthen, lengthen. And then looking down, reach the right arm up. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring the feet to parallel and then step or hop your feet together and turn back to the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs, hinging at your hips. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale to plank. Lower slowly to your belly. And then interlace your fingers at your low back. Inhale, Shavasana. So lift up, lift the inner thighs toward the ceiling. Pull the belly away from the floor. Lift the hip bones toward the lower ribs. Lengthen butt to heels. Keep the back of the neck long. And then release and rest. And we'll do that once again. So taking the hands again, interlace other pinky on top or thumb. And inhale, lift everything up again. Reach your knuckles towards your heels. Try to keep a little softness in your elbow joint. Pull the belly up. Lift hip bones toward the lower ribs. Back of the neck stays long. Keep lifting up. And then release. Hands by low ribs, elbows up. Inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra, your choice. And then tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Stretch out the spine here. Keep the belly pulling in. Look up, step or hop, and sit down. And lie onto your back and walk your heels under the knees. Feet parallel, arms by your sides. Press into bridge. So lift the hips, low back, mid back, maybe upper back. Either hold the sides of the mat or interlace fingers. Reach your buns again towards your heels. Lift the hip bones toward the low ribs. Keep the belly drawn in. Spiral the thighs in like you're holding a block between your inner thighs. Big breaths here and then lower. And take the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop apart and just rest here a moment. Feeling the increase of energy moving through the body after doing a couple of little back bends. And then once again, set up for bridge, feet parallel, hips width. Come on up, grab the sides of the mat, pull or interlace other pinky on the bottom in your bridge pose. Keep the chin away from the chest, lengthening the neck. Spiral the thighs in like you're holding a block. Breathe here. Always take your attention back to your breath. And then slowly lower soles of feet together, knees apart. If you have a yoga block handy, you can always take supported bridge. That is a good one. I didn't have my props with me today. Take the feet up toward the ceiling. You can have your hands underneath the hips to protect your lower back. Just a little bit of abdominal work here. So exhale, start to take your legs forward, maybe about a third of the way down, and then maybe about another third if you can. If it hurts your back, hands under hips. Now hover the feet above the ground, maybe about a foot, and then inhale, take the legs all the way up. So again, pull the belly in, take an inhale, exhale about a third of the way down, belly in, take an inhale, exhale about another third, belly in, inhale, and exhale almost to the floor, maybe a foot above, and then inhale, legs up, and then arms to a T. Exhale, take your legs over to the left and on an angle towards your palm, and look over your right shoulder. Knees can be bent a little bit if they need to be, or straighten them if you can. Inhale, bring the legs to center. Exhale, take them over to the right on an angle. So you're moving towards your right shoulder. We're working our obliques. Go over the left shoulder. Inhale, squeeze the legs, come to center. One more time. Exhale, take them to the left, looking over the right shoulder. Squeezing the legs. Keep the belly lifted and keep breathing. Inhale, squeeze the legs, come up. Exhale, bring them to the other side. Over to the right, look over the left shoulder. Squeezing the legs, keep the belly pulling in and working. Inhale, back to center. And hug your knees into your chest. And then one hand on one shin, other hand on the other shin. Make some circles with your legs. Go one direction and then the other direction, so your hips get a little bit of movement as well as your lower back. And then take the feet back to the floor and roll over into Halasana. Now, if Halasana doesn't feel good on your neck, then don't do it. Instead, you can sit up and do a forward fold. Otherwise, feet behind you, lift your hips over your shoulders as best you can. Keep your chin away from your chest. Knees can be bent or straight. And then we'll slowly begin to roll out. Hands under hips as you roll. Press onto your elbows. Lift your chest up. Crown of the head reaching back. Matsyasana fish pose. Breathing into the chest and into the throat. And then slowly release that. Hug the knees into your chest. Take your feet to the floor, hips over to the right a little, knees to the left. Look over your right shoulder. I can see Indy in the background by the van. And then knees to center. Hips to the left. Shift your knees over to your right. And then look over the left shoulder, as long as it feels okay on your neck. Evening out the breath again. And then come through center as you inhale. We're going to make our way into our final resting pose, Shavasana. As you exhale, take a few moments to get comfortable. Let your feet flop open, arms by your sides, palms up. Feel like a little pillow under your head or bolster or something under your knees. Get comfortable. And then just lie down, relax, quiet mind, quiet body. I'll be back in a moment. Shavasana. While you're resting here, I have a quote from Charles Cook. Your deepest roots are in nature. No matter who you are, where you live, or what kind of life you lead, you remain irrevocably linked with the rest of creation. So if you have a chance to get out, spend some time outdoors today, do it. Stretch out through your arms and legs. Take a big breath. Bend the knees, rolling off to your right side. I can't tell you how energized I felt from being out in nature, especially in Sedona. Sit up nice and tall. Let's bring our hands together. Hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Our hands to heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communication, sending out positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Hope you're feeling good. Push the like button and subscribe. Tell your best friend about this practice. Do it together. That's always fun. Go to fightmasteryoga.com and join our mailing list. Stay up to date. We're doing some retreats this summer. I would love for you to be there. And if you can afford to support Fightmaster Yoga, there's a donation link and a button on the website. And there is Indy. And have a wonderful day. Bye.